Hey everybody, it's Paul. We're here with 4GQ TV, and today we're going to be talking to Grayson Rogers, who is a music, and I'm going to edit that part out.
Yeah,
Who
you're
is
good.
a country music singer and also a gamer. And Grayson, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you?
Good, good. Just chilling. It's a late Friday evening for me, or late-ish.
Yeah.
I'm an old man, so.
It's late for me too. I got two little girls, so I'm with you.
Oh yeah. Oh, that'll wear you out. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Grayson. Your background, where you come from.
Yeah, man. I'm a country music artist. Been I've been blessed to do some pretty cool, awesome things in my life as far as professionally and music wise and stuff like that. I started my career in right after high school. Um, and started playing all around Florida and to Georgia, and then was blessed enough to play some stages, and then it kind of took off from there, and then moved to Nashville about 6 years ago, and I've been here ever since. And me and my wife have been here. We have two little girls. Um, I was born in Lynchburg, Virginia, but grew up in Pennsylvania and Florida. Big, humongous Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Um, and I love all sorts of music. I like the old country. I like the new country. I like rock. I like some rap. I like a little bit of it all. And I think whenever people listen to my music, they can tell that we kind of blend in a lot of different things. So that's to sum me up in a very very short uh time frame there.
Interesting that you grew up in Florida, but you actually have a twang. So
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the Virginia that stayed in me when I was a little kid.
could be, yeah. Yeah. I'm the same way. I like almost all kinds of music to a certain extent. I like a little bit of everything. I can listen to a little bit of everything. What would you say were your main influences in the music that you play?
That's a good question. I would say like whenever I'm on stage and performing, the performance aspect of it, I would definitely say Kenny Chesney, Garth Brooks. But as far as the actual music itself, like I said, I'm a big rock fan, so I grew up listening to rock and country. So I'm a big Daughtry fan. He kind of flies under the radar a little bit there, but he's very very good. And then Jason Aldean. I remember when I was 17, Jason Aldean had just hit it big time, and he started putting AC/DC licks in some country music, and I was like, "Well,
Hmm.
that's pretty awesome." He's bringing rock into
There you
country,
go.
and I was like, I want to do that, and so yeah.
Yeah, when I listen to your music, I think I've told you before when I messaged you, I hear a lot of '90s country influence.
Oh well, yeah, I
Uh,
appreciate that. Yeah, definitely.
Kicks Brooks when he went solo,
Yeah,
little Brooks and Dunn in there. Yeah,
sure.
could definitely hear that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, and like that's why I enjoy it. I think
yeah,
because it's got that little bit of it's a little bit of a harder beating country, which is fun.
yeah,
It's
absolutely.
high energy, and I watch you stream, and you're definitely high energy. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely, I don't know, I just anytime I'm on stage or behind the camera streaming or anything like that, I don't know, it just my energy kind of just takes over, and I have fun with it. So yeah.
I wish I could do that. I'm laid back. I can't get into the wow side of things, at least not for very long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm much more chill. Ah, okay. So let's see. So, music wise, do you play any instruments, and what do you play?
Yeah, I play guitar. I play acoustic guitar. Yep.
Play acoustic.
Yep, self-taught. Learned
Oh,
learned via YouTube, and when I decided I was going to be a singer at age 17, 18, I was like, well, I better actually sit down and learn how to do this. So I sat in front of the computer and just every day for a few hours strummed the chords and try to figure it out. It was not easy, but definitely I figured it out to the point where I can hold my own. I'm not a great guitar player, but it gets the job done.
fake it till you make it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So do you read music or
Read music?
yeah?
No, not at all.
So you're all by ear.
Yeah, I
Everything you
wouldn't
do
have
is
a,
by ear.
if you put a sheet in front of me, I wouldn't have a clue what to do. I'm like, I can't help you. I don't know.
I find it interesting that you waited till 17, 18, because most people get influenced way before that.
100%,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was planning on going to play college football, but some things fell through, and so I wasn't able to do that. And then I moved from Florida to Pittsburgh, and that's where I for a year in 2010, and that's when I found out I could sing. And I had recently found out that I was related to Roy Rogers, and so
Nice.
I was like, well, shoot, man, it sounds like music's calling. So I went for it.
I think you need to lay down some cowboy country,
Yeah.
some cowboy tracks there.
Yeah. Good old happy trails and stuff.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I like that old stuff. Of
Mhm.
course, like I said, I'm an older man, but
Mhm.
yeah, I dig the old stuff. Roy Rogers, and I was listening to Bob Wills and his Texas Playboys earlier today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very cool. Let's see what else do we have. And the other thing you like to do is you game. When I see you stream, you game. Yeah, I see you play Modern Warfare quite a bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I grew up playing Modern Warfare and Madden. I played a lot of games, but a lot of the games that I played in high school aren't really out anymore besides Madden and uh Call of Duty. You know,
yeah.
I used to really play a lot of James Bond games and Tom Clancy games and stuff like that, but they're not really around
Oh yeah.
anymore. So
No.
it's pretty much just COD, Warzone, and you know, back in whenever COVID was hitting in 2020, the music industry shut down, and so I think along with a lot of other people decided to start streaming during that time, and
Yeah.
it's been awesome. So yeah.
I know that when COVID, when everything got shut down, even like Sawyer Brown started putting out videos like once a week or so, just to keep people engaged, to keep
Yeah.
keep people so they didn't feel like they were sitting there by themselves in their house,
Yeah,
which I found very
100%,
cool. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, I would definitely say that COVID changed a lot of things, as far as everything but music and the stream
yeah.
world and content creation and all that. So
Have you? Because I think I've heard you mention on stream that when COVID hit, it kind of shut you down as far as your momentum in your career was going.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, as far as like playing shows live, it did for sure. But then,
yeah,
you know, like a bunch of other people, I really started to focus more on digital stuff, recording more songs, doing more, you know, Facebook live shows, Twitter live shows, TikTok stuff, all that, and then obviously Twitch. So,
yeah.
it really shifted from playing a bunch of live shows all the time to more so digital stuff, which is cool. You know, I love to play in front of a live crowd, but um, and I still get
I was gonna say the energy's got to be different when you don't have that instant reaction.
yeah, I
Yeah,
still get to play live shows here and there.
yeah,
Don't have to, which is cool.
yeah.
But yeah, but yeah, you're right. I mean, you can't replace the live
Yeah.
audience. No way.
Trust me, as a music fan, I say even though you don't have to do live, I can guarantee you people want to go out. They want to see a live show. Especially a high energy live show. You know,
People want to go.
it's
People want to see a live show, and the artists want to play the live show. So
yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Oh, hopefully that'll start to get turned back around here. It should be at some point here.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It is for sure. Yeah.
I gotta say, I've always wanted. I haven't been in Nashville yet. I've always wanted to go, especially when they were doing the show Nashville.
Yeah.
I really wanted to go when they were doing that stuff
Yeah.
because they were doing live shows that they were using for the television show.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. If they were still doing that, you could be on there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Yep, the old Bluebird Cafe, whatever that is. That it's actually a real place, I guess.
Yeah. I've played there a few times. Yeah. It's really cool.
Nice.
Really cool.
Yeah. Yes,
Very small and quaint.
yeah.
Yeah.
That one, that's what I hear though. But I hear, from what I understand from the show and from other people I know who live down there, that's where a lot of singers and songwriters kind of get their start.
Yeah. A lot of times for sure. They can
Yeah,
definitely, I mean, it definitely still plays a big role here in Nashville,
yeah.
definitely.
How did you get your break? How did you go from 17, 18? I want to sing, to now I'm on stage and now I'm recording stuff and
Um, Good question. When I was 18, I found out I could sing, and when I was living in Pittsburgh in that year of 2010, and I'd never sang before in front of an audience at all. And so I decided to. It sounds funny, but I decided to go to karaoke bars every Friday night just to get the feel of what it is like to sing in front of people. Um, and on top of that, I started taking voice lessons and all that. So I was doing that whole year, and then I moved back to Florida and started a band, which took about 6 to 7 months to finally get the band up and running. And then started playing local shows down in Fort Myers, Florida. And to be honest, it really didn't take long for us to land some big stages. And whenever you land a big stage in a local scene like that, and you do good,
yeah.
word can spread fast, and so it did. And then before we knew it, I was playing 4 nights a week and all over Florida and into Georgia. And then um,
Nice.
I got to, I was blessed to play so many. I don't, it's countless stages with some of the biggest legends out there. So it was a lot of fun and a lot of cool moments, and met a lot of cool people and did a lot of things that I never thought I would do. So, and then eventually I decided that I was done, not done, but I wanted to see how far we could take it. And so um left Florida and moved to Nashville.
I think as fast as that happened and the way you describe it, that speaks to your talent and to the talent of the band that you have
Yeah.
or had. I don't know.
I appreciate it.
So,
Yeah. They were those guys were down in Florida, and they ended up not coming with me. But yeah, they we had some good players for sure. Yeah.
yep. And again, it goes back to, I think it's because you're so energetic and you're engaging when you're performing
Yeah,
from what I've
that's
seen. Yeah.
definitely something that people, like you said earlier, people want, people want the artist to engage with them when they're on stage, you know what I mean? I mean, it's you can stand there and sing and sound good and everything like that, but the people want to know that you see them, you know.
Yep. Yep.
And the same thing with streaming, same thing with
Which
streaming.
you do very well when you're streaming. I try to do the same thing. I would try to engage my chat, let them know that I know they're out there, even if they're not saying anything. I always act like they are.
Absolutely,
You
that's
know,
key.
and I've seen you do that, and you see everything that comes across your chat screen,
I try
and you
to.
respond to, yeah, and you well, yeah, and you respond to most of it, and which is good because a lot of people, they stream and they're playing a game like you're playing, and they never look at their chat.
Hmm.
I could sit there and say, "Hey, how's it going?" and then take them 20 minutes to notice I said anything, if they acknowledge it at all. And for me personally, as a watcher
Yeah.
of streams, I won't watch that stream
Yeah, no,
because part of why I'm watching the stream is to interact with the streamer.
interact with the person 100%.
Yeah,
I think where a lot of um you know be beginner streamers get it wrong is they focus too much on the gameplay, and it's not that they think that they're like the big streamers, but they
yeah,
watch the big streamers, right? A lot of the big streamers have 40,000 people in their chat, so
yeah,
they obviously can't
right,
read all of the chat. So they kind of just do their own thing, talk, and every now and then
yeah,
read chat. And I think that's where a lot of
and
people get it wrong. But when you have two people in chat, you can talk to those people. You know what I mean?
and what I've always tried to do is I always try to, because I don't get a lot of viewers. I admit that. I'm because most of my stuff, like, this is not going to be on my channel. This is going to be on 4GQ TV.
Sure.
So a lot of the shows and stuff that I do are on everybody else's channel, which is kind of a joke with me, us. But but I always try to think that there's somebody out there watching.
Yeah.
I never ignore the chat totally. I always talk about the game that I'm playing or whatever I'm doing as though there's somebody watching, because a lot of times you have lurkers, you know. and sometimes they may never say a word. You may never know they're out there,
Yeah.
but it also gets you into the habit of talking to the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I remember a few months ago there was a name in my chat um that was a forget the name, but they were had been lurking in my chat for shoot months, never said anything at all. And one of my mods ended up like uh I forget what happened, but we thought they were lurking so much, never said anything ever. And it got to the point where we thought it was like one of those like automated bots, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so someone said something like, "Who's that?" And I was like, "Oh, I think that might be like a bot or something. I see them in here all the time." And they gifted 2 subs right after I said that, and
Oh,
they were like,
no.
"No, I just like to lurk." I was like, "That's crazy. You've been lurking on me for
Yeah.
like 2 months now. You never said anything. That's wild." It was funny.
Yep, a
So
lot of
that go to your point, you never know who's actually listening, and I think that's the right move by you is to talk like,
yeah.
people are in there.
What's funny for me is my mother, who is gonna be 75 soon, she watches my streams,
That's
and
awesome.
she will actually interact with the chat,
That's awesome.
and we have a lot of the same sense of humor. So yeah,
Yeah,
things can with my mother get kind of wild.
that's cool.
So
That's
people
cool.
are like, she can't really be your mother. Yes, yes, she can. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. So let's see what else is there. So do you have anything in the works coming up? Any new songs? Any?
Yeah, so I'm currently writing right now for some new songs to record this year. I released one 2 months ago, I think it was, and so I'm looking to record some more and release some more right now. But I'm writing for it.
Which one was that? Because the one I have the image up for,
That's the one.
is the one that Spotify says is the most recent for October of last
Was
year.
it October? Yeah, then it's that one right
Yeah.
there. I lose track of time, but yeah, um, that was the last one. So right now I'm writing, trying to write some new stuff that I like enough to record.
Yeah.
Um,
That actually answers one of my other questions. I was going to ask if you do your own writing.
yeah,
So,
definitely do. I mean I co-write with some of
yeah.
my friends here in town. We get together in person or like this, and
Yeah.
we write. It's always better to have more than one mind whenever you're writing a
Yeah.
song.
I think with writing anything, it's always better to have somebody to bounce it off of. And
100%. Yeah.
I actually, right before we got together here, I listened again. I put on Spotify and just turned on your stuff. I gotta say, it's all very well done.
I
You
appreciate
know,
that. Yeah, I've
I like this one a lot. I like crying. I just was just right as you came on. I was finishing up crying. So
yeah. Yeah, we I've always wanted to do it everything that I do right. Meaning that there's a lot of ways you can do music. You can, not pay as much and take the cheap route, but you don't get as good a product. And so where, the stuff that I've recorded is pretty penny, but it's, something I can always look back on and be proud of. And um, so, yeah.
so you've actually managed to go into a studio and do this still,
Y-
even throughout COVID and all that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
I have a producer here in town. Actually, he lives 5 minutes from me, so it's pretty
nice.
great. Yeah,
That worked out very well.
yeah. I don't have to go downtown, which is nice. Nothing against downtown, but if you don't have to go downtown, you don't want to.
I think it doesn't matter what city you live in. That's a general attitude for
Yeah, yeah,
everybody.
yeah. I like to go every now and then. We live about 20 minutes away from the city, so it's far enough away to where it doesn't feel like you're in the city, but close enough to where you can get there.
Well, do you go there like if there's shows and something so you can do a little networking? I'm sure every once in a while.
Yeah, every once in a while. I used to a lot.
Yeah.
I used to a lot. But like I said, COVID really, really switched
Yeah.
things up. Not COVID's not keeping people from going out anymore, but it really made things different on how things work here. You can do a lot more digital stuff than you used to. Before COVID, you definitely had to get out there and network and do all that. And I still do on occasion, but you know, COVID sucked, but it did make some things better.
Made it easier, and not to go negative, but to me, it seems like it made some things a little more impersonal
Oh
because you
yeah, I
don't need to go out
100%.
there and network.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Definitely.
but it opened it up for more people like you who are more, who can do it from remote, who can do, get online stuff, Spotify and all the other service.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
changed the landscape of everything for
Of
sure.
course, the whole music industry over the last 20 years or so has majorly changed to a more, online type of,
Yeah, it's always changing. The music industry is all they all I mean they always say the music industry is always revolving, always evolving. So,
Yep.
I know a lot of labels right now find all their talent on TikTok right now.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
not a whole lot of sending scouts out to shows anymore and stuff, you know. It's a lot of TikTok scouting, which is crazy.
Yeah, which is good and bad, I guess, depending on,
Yeah, it's it
everything has a trade-off,
everything has its pros and cons. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, gone are the good old days of just being discovered in a dingy bar somewhere.
Yeah, those days are definitely I mean, it might happen on a rare occasion, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Yep.
majority of the time I would say it's definitely online now.
But and like I said, your style of music is a lot different than a lot of the what Nashville considers popular right now, which I don't personally, but that's just me. But
Yeah, I've
more of
never
that country pop thing going on.
yeah, there was a point in my career where um somebody pretty a heavy hitter in the music industry gave me some advice, and I took it and I never looked back. And pretty much what that advice was make the music you want, and
Right.
don't worry about what the radio's doing. So I took that to heart, and I started just making music that I wanted to. You know, I don't know if that's
I think that's good advice for anybody who wants to get into that industry, be it country or any other thing as well. You
yeah.
know.
I don't know that you know, when you do that, you always because if you make what's on the radio and and you get found, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
you could get a you could get a number not I don't want to say this to sound like it's easy because it's not. You can get a number one like that if you're
Right.
making what they want to hear. Whereas if you're not making what they want to hear, it's going to take a lot longer of a time. However you will build
Yep.
a real longevity if you can do it.
A good example of that is somebody you mentioned as one of your people you look up is Daughtry.
Yeah.
Once he got out of having to make the music that the American Idol people wanted him to make, and he was able to do his own thing,
Yeah.
he I'm sure he's much happier now than he was for that first couple albums that he had to drop that had their name on it.
Sure.
You know,
Same with I mean same thing goes with Jason Aldean. I mean,
yeah,
I respect him so much because he has always stayed to his sound. Um, you know, and a lot of people will say, "Oh, he sounds the same all the time," but hey, guess what? Him sounding the same for all these years has done pretty daggone good for him. You know what I mean?
that's right,
So,
that's right.
yeah, so yeah, there's something to be said about you know sticking to your sound and what you believe in.
I mean, George Strait did that, and he's still going.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly, exactly. So, yeah, I mean, shoot,
so
yeah, definitely,
so hopefully one day we'll see you on the big show, and hopefully if I ever make it to Nashville, I'll let you know. We'll have to get together
absolutely,
because it's on my short list. Definitely, I have
yes.
other friends out there as well.
Yeah, it's a great city. It's a growing city. It's getting huge.
Yeah,
It's wild. I've been here 6 years, and shoot, I mean, every time I go downtown, there's at least two new buildings that weren't there before. I'm like, my goodness, they're making this.
yeah,
They're definitely. I mean, Nashville always had the nickname Nash Vegas, but they're definitely trying to grow it into Vegas. It's nuts.
yeah. which again, it's a trade, good and bad. There's two sides to that coin too.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's good for the city and the revenue and all that. I know they're building a new Titan Stadium. It's going to be beautiful. I guess they're trying to bring in an MGM Grand and all that, so
Oh,
it'll definitely be.
is gambling legal then?
No, I don't think it is, but if they're trying to do that, they're probably on the
Yeah,
verge of making it legal.
yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, that will definitely turn it into a Vegas type of situation, Southern
Mhm.
Vegas type
Mhm.
of bring in legalized gambling.
100%. Yeah. I'm
So,
sure it's in the near future here for Nashville the way this city's growing.
yeah. Okay, so what's your so let's see. So let's we're gonna because it's good this is basically turned into a really quick interview and that which is fine with me if it's fine with you, unless there's something you want to talk about. But
Yeah.
um but so you stream what 4 days, 5 days a week? What's your schedule like?
Yeah, I try and stream Monday through Friday 10 a.m. to whenever. Um as long as all my schedule and everything allows it to. But yeah, right on Twitch.
Yeah.
I'm starting to do a podcast on YouTube
Yeah.
on Wednesday nights as well. So got a lot of things going on as far as
Yes,
that
sounds like
goes.
it.
Yeah.
Just so everybody knows, by the way, if you watch him stream and you like join up, become a member, you'll see him pour syrup on himself. I saw that, by the way. Yeah.
That was crazy. Someone gave me that idea. And I was like, I'm not gonna do that. And then I decided there's no way we're gonna hit this goal anyway, and we did. And I had to pour maple syrup all over my head, and that was the nastiest thing I've ever felt. So
And you had nobody there to help you because you couldn't see what you were doing after that.
no, yeah, yeah. I was all alone with syrup all over me. It was great.
Or if you do the right thing or say the right thing, he'll sing you a nice serenade you a song.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
watched him
My voice
serenade
is
some Randy Travis last
my
week.
voice is finally coming back. My voice has been gone for shoot daggone near a month now. So I'm hopefully I don't get sick next week again or something crazy. I don't know. You
uh,
have little kids, you get sick every other month.
especially if they're in daycare or in school. Yeah, they bring it all home.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yep, been there.
Yeah.
And of course, after we're done here, if you can send me all of your links that you want added to this video, I will
Sure.
throw them in there so everybody can have them.
Yeah, 100%.
Um, and so okay, so you're writing some songs that you're gonna be working on over the next little time. Any live shows coming up that the viewers should be aware of, or no?
Here in Nashville, I play quite a bit. I can't remember the next one that we got on the schedule, but I play quite a bit here in Nashville. So if you're ever in Nashville, I'm sure you can walk down Demumbrian Street and you might find me here playing a
There you
show
go.
or playing.
And also, if you're in Nashville and you're interested in seeing him perform, you can always follow him on Twitter.
Yes,
He'll let you know. He'll let you know all that
yeah,
stuff.
100%. I always definitely tweet it out and YouTube it out and Twitch it out and all that good stuff.
And Facebook it out. Yeah.
Yeah, Facebook. Yeah, I know Facebook is dead to a lot of people, but I still have incredible people on my Facebook page that follow me, and
Yep. Yep.
my Facebook engagement is probably one of the best out of all of my platforms, to be honest.
Yeah. A lot of times that's where you kind of started. That's where your base stays. Kind
Yep. I wish I could convert
of.
my Facebook people over to Twitch. No, that would be great, but
Yeah.
it's not easy. It's not
No.
easy to convert one platform over to another.
Yeah. Yeah. And with all the stuff going on with Twitter, people, it's like so. So you kind of cover all your bases, and then somebody will pick it up
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
because you do have quite the loyal following. I will say that.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely have some amazing people that have followed me for years for my music, and then I've met some pretty awesome people in the Twitch community too. So definitely blessed to have met some awesome people that have been following me either for years or shoot
Yeah.
some people have followed me on Twitch that didn't even know I made music, and then they find out I make music. So it's pretty cool, and it goes both ways, you know. So it's good.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one of these days, if you ever feel like checking out your back brace, you can carry me through a round or two of Modern Warfare.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know about carry. I'm not a crazy player like that, but I can try.
Uh, Trust me, I'm not that good. I get 2 or 3 kills, I'm happy. You know.
Kids out I mean, there's some incredible players out there nowadays that I
Yeah, there
it's
are.
just hard to keep up with.
For me, it's all about just having fun. It really is. It's
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Definitely, for sure.
If you're not having fun when you're doing it, then you're not doing something right. You
Yeah, 100%. And if you're not having fun, playing games and streaming, you probably should take a break and put it down for a little bit.
Yep. Oh yeah. I always try to have fun when I'm streaming, especially.
Yeah.
And yeah, but part of what I stream is you'll see my name there, cerebral palsy. I actually do have cerebral palsy, so
Okay.
one of the things I focus on is accessibility
Okay, yeah.
and how certain games are not that easy for me to do.
For
So
sure.
I allow my frustration to show so people can see that hey, this isn't easy for everybody. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think that's great that you show that, and the more real you are, the better in my opinion. So,
Yep. Yeah, my being real sometimes gets me in trouble because my mouth overruns my mind all the time. Yeah. Half
well,
the time, my goal when I'm streaming is I want people to go, "Did he just say that? Really?" Yeah.
that's hilarious. Yeah.
But hey, you gotta have some fun.
Yeah, you
So hey,
absolutely do, for sure. It's, people can tell in your stream if you're having fun or not, you know what I mean?
yep,
If
and
you're not having fun, they're not gonna have fun.
we always tell the people that are asking how to get started that that's one of the key things. If you're not having fun, change the game or change it up. Because
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
100%. So,
and don't expect to be a success overnight. You can expect to go months without ever having very many viewers, and
yeah.
just keep plugging away. You can't, you're not going to be the next big thing,
Yeah.
just because, just because you think you're good. Nowadays, there's so many streamers out there,
So many.
yeah,
And
that,
that's what I tell people in my chat all the time that are streamers. It's ever since, before COVID, it wasn't as popular. But now after COVID, everybody streams. You know what I mean? Everybody makes
yep,
content. So I always say, what are you going to do to stand out? What are you going to do that other people aren't? If your goal is
yeah,
to become a full time or part time, if you're just doing it for fun, then hey, you just do whatever you want. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's
Hey,
and there's
and
nothing
sometimes just doing it for fun. Sometimes it'll break
and
out.
there's nothing wrong with
You'll,
that at all. But
yeah,
I always say, if I've always just been that guy that tries to do everything and then some. I've always been that guy that tries to do what everybody else is doing and then do what they're not doing, because you can always you know outdo them.
I mean, it shows. I'm going to say it again. Well, I've watched your streams plenty. It shows. When you see somebody gift subs and you get excited and it shows, and
Yeah,
and that means you appreciate your viewers, and yeah,
I know what it's like to have very little. I've know what it's like to you know have nothing. So, whenever I'm sitting there hanging out and talking and just letting my mouth run and playing a game and hanging out with chat and people come in and drop subs and bits, what you see for me is real. You know what I mean? I'll never take that for granted,
yeah.
man. When people come into my chat and they drop subs or bits, that's mind blowing to me always, and it
Yeah.
always will be.
And it also, you're really big on doing shout outs. If somebody drops into your chat that like you've done it with me a couple of times, I'll drop in, I say hi, you'll just acknowledge me, and you'll say, hey, Paul's been following me for a while. He give him a look, get a look at his channel. Those little things, maybe we'll pick up 1 or 2 people, maybe we won't, but it's appreciated.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's the thing, and I always say that as well in my chat. Just because I shout people out or tell people to go check out so and so's profile, it doesn't mean that they're going to. I can't force
Right.
people to either follow somebody or check them out. But
Right.
I feel like it's common courtesy. I feel like a lot of people that come
Yep.
in to my chat are streamers. I try my best to meet as many streamers as I can every day. So people that are coming to my chat are probably some sort of content creator or some sort of streamer, and the fact that they're just coming in my chat is appreciated. So absolutely,
Yep.
I'm gonna let the chat know that this person streams as well.
Not only that, you give back as well. You drop bits for me, and I wasn't even streaming at the time.
Yeah,
You just asked in Twitter, is there anybody I should drop bits to? I said I'm not streaming right now, but and then next thing I know, I got a message that said I got bits.
yeah.
So it means you give back to your community, which is it's not a one way conversation per se.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, I'm just having fun playing games
Yeah,
and letting my mouth run, and people are dropping subs and bits, and it's become a full-time thing because of my amazing community. And so
nice.
anytime I can give back, man, I'm going to. Absolutely. I try my best to do a giveaway every month. I've given away $1,000 before. I've given away
Ooh.
$2,000 before. Um 100 subs before,
Hmm.
random biddy drops like you just said. And that's not to toot my own horn, but that's just to say
No, it just shows
my
appreciation. Yeah,
community
just
takes care of me, and so I
yeah.
try and show that back for sure.
Yep. And there's a lot of us who'd love to be in that position, and I do what I can too. I sub to your channel, and
I appreciate that.
I'm not in the greatest financial position,
No,
but
you're
I
all
do what I
good.
can because I appreciate the channel.
Yeah, I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Yep. So keep up the good work. That's all I gotta say. Keep it going. Keep it positive.
I appreciate it. I try to.
Especially.
It's
Yep.
definitely, social media and Twitter, and when you put yourself out there, it gets toxic. So all those
Boy, does it.
all those aspiring streamers and aspiring artists, and just get your mind prepared for that, because it's 2023, man, and 2023 is toxic.
I gotta say, I almost envy you because when somebody gets toxic with you, you get right in their face, man. You don't put up with that.
Yeah, I
You're like,
don't.
here's my phone number. Call me. We'll hook up. It's
I
like, holy crap.
I it's just, I've dealt with it my whole adult life because, like I said, I turned 18 and I was playing music and opening up for big artists. So, and that was when social media really started to boom, Facebook and everything. And for a long time I ignored it. And I've just gotten to the point where I'm just tired of people thinking they can say whatever they want behind a keyboard without anybody standing back up to them.
Yep.
I get it all the time. People talk about, oh, you should ignore them, you should ignore them, and it says I did that for a long time. And if nobody stands back up to these cyber bullies, because that's what they are,
Yep.
um,
Yep. That's exactly what they are.
nobody will. And to be quite honest with you, they don't bother me most of the time. So there's some times where some things are said, or things are lies are said about me as a person that I don't appreciate. When I'm lied about, that's a different thing. Um, but you know, yeah, I'll meet them up, and
Yeah.
I'll have a nice cup of coffee with them in person if they'd like to. You know what I mean?
That's right. It's funny how things change when you meet them in person because I've
Yes,
had that happen
sir.
a couple of times.
Yes, sir.
You know,
They have. I have sent my good old phone number to quite a few of my online haters, and I have yet to receive a call or a text from any of
yeah,
them.
which is weird for me because after watching you, I don't know what there is to hate. I don't know what I've never actually been in your chat when that crap starts, but I catch the tail end of it. It's like,
it's not.
what did he do?
It's not always in my chat. Sometimes it's on
Yeah,
Twitter. Sometimes you have.
yeah,
I'm not even gonna say what they are, but sometimes you have
yeah.
people. Sometimes you have people making YouTube videos about me and lying,
Wow,
lying out of their mouth and all that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, it's
you
it's
got to
it's
just,
crazy.
yeah,
I started streaming 2 years ago, and most of the time in the music world, when you get hate, it's usually about your music. Um, but the stream world is usually about you as a person and your character, and
Yeah.
that's where I draw the line when you start lying about me. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, where it becomes it because then it becomes more personal.
Yeah, and
Because when it's
obviously
about your music, that's one thing, you know?
exactly, exactly, and obviously you can't reply to them all, but if I
Right.
do happen to see one, I'll say something back.
Yep.
And
And
that's not to sound like a, oh, Grayson the big tough guy. That's just like, hey, I'm not afraid of you, my friend. You know,
yeah, I
like
mean, yeah, I mean, I definitely am not gonna, with me again, going back to it, because I do fight for accessibility. I've been called all kinds of things online, you know,
yeah, it's
and told all kinds of things online. I've been told if you can't play it, go watch YouTube. I mean,
that's what
and
that's to be quite frank, that's people that don't understand what streaming is at the end of the day.
nope,
It's about the person.
or
It's about the
or
person.
gaming in
It's a,
general, or gaming in general.
right. It's about the streaming, the live content, the creation. At the end of the
Yeah,
day, is about the person, the personality.
yep.
You could be the best player in the world, and if they don't like you as a person, they could care less about your play. You know.
Oh yeah, it's interesting too because I've been in streams. I'm also an I'm an Xbox streamer on the Xbox Ambassador channel,
Cool.
and it's funny to sit there and be playing and be pointing out that I'm having trouble doing something or something on, and somebody in chat will go, "Ah, you're really bad at this." I'm like, yeah, that's kind of the point, you know.
that
And then you point out that, hey, guess what? I am disabled. I have hand-eye coordination problems. I have reaction time problems. And boy, it's funny. You can just see them through the screen, kind of swallowing their foot. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. Well, don't be so judgmental. That's one of my big things too. Is you don't know what's going on behind that camera. You know.
you don't know what's going on behind that camera, and I don't know. It's hard for me to get into the people's minds. I
Yeah,
could never ever imagine myself going into somebody's stream and saying you're terrible at this game. Like
yeah.
that would never come across my mind. And
I'm the same way. I've always been the same way. I don't
it
get that kind of behavior.
it's mind
Yeah,
blowing that people, and the majority of the people that say those things online would never say those things in real life if they were there. That's the unfortunate part is,
yep,
like you were saying earlier, it's nowadays it's a lot more digital stuff and a lot less IRL
yep.
stuff.
Yep. It's easy to be a tough guy when you're hiding behind a keyboard.
Boy, is it.
You know. And your profile picture isn't you. It's some picture of some, and the name isn't
The name
you.
isn't
So
you,
yeah,
correct? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So I take very much pride in even that little icon you see on my thing. That is actually a graphic artist friend of mine made that. That is taken from a picture of me, not the wheelchair part, but the face.
Sure.
And I make no shame in saying who I am. My real name is Paul.
Oh
So I
wow.
mean, yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
that's
it kind of worked out funny that way.
that's that's pretty cool though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it was funny too when I came up with cerebral palsy, my mother, remember I told you she's got a wicked sense of humor. She messages me and so cerebral palsy, you're just trying to tell people how smart you are. I said, well, it works on that level too. Yes, it works out.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's a great play on words and logo. I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was funny because before this, I was Gimpy P.
Okay.
But it was suggested by the program that I change it because some people might find Gimpy offensive. Yeah. And what was funny is I've had that moniker for like years.
Yeah.
Um, so it'd be like somebody telling you couldn't be called Grayson anymore.
Yeah.
It kind of takes away part of your sense of who you are.
Sure.
So for a while there, I had a real issue with it. But like you said, this name fits. you know.
Yeah, 100%. That's a great marketing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've also had people they see my name or hear my name in a chat, and they're going, "Oh my god, that's so offensive." I've had I've had streamers go, no, no, no. He really does have cerebral palsy. It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay, yeah. Ugh,
So yeah, so yeah, we've both been through a lot of the same crap online. It seems, in different ways.
yeah,
So
that's unfortunate that people
yeah,
say things like that.
yeah, yeah. But like I said, there's good guys like you. I could never see you doing anything like that
Yeah,
for anybody.
yeah. It's no
So
there's no point in it, there's no
nope.
point in it. It doesn't do
Yeah,
anything for the person and doesn't do anything for them, doesn't get them
nope.
anywhere.
So keep the positive going, Grayson. You're doing a great job. You just need
I
to
appreciate that,
even
yeah.
grow your crowd even more. Hopefully, the 4GQ TV folks will take a look at this and go, "Hey, I might want to check," because some of them gotta like country music.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. Well, one thing I will say about my music is there's a lot of non-country music fans
Yeah,
that do like my songs, so
yeah,
that's why a lot of times when people come into my stream and they're like, "Well, what kind of music you do?" I don't tell them, because a
yeah,
lot of times when I tell
yeah.
them country, they automatically shut it off.
They shut it down,
Yes.
but like I said, it's got to me, it's definitely got that harder '90s country rock thing going on.
Yeah, so a lot of times people will go and be like, "Oh, wow, I actually don't like country, but I like some of your
Yeah,
songs." I'm like, "Yeah, that's why I didn't
yep,
tell you
yep.
that I played country music." Yeah.
Of course, with a name like Grayson Rogers, it almost is a flow into country music.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's
You're right.
it's
You're definitely not wrong there.
so very cool. So thank you for joining me this evening. I'm glad you took some time out to do this.
Oh, 100%. Thank you for asking me. I love doing
Yeah,
anytime anyone asks me to do interviews, I'm all about it. I love doing interviews. I love doing podcasts and that kind of stuff. So it's my honor for sure.
oh, no problem. Glad to do it. And like I said, this will get out to, because between 4GQ TV, we have a few, we have uh, between Facebook and Twitter, thousands of people too, and many of them probably haven't heard of you. So hopefully some of them will check it out.
Yeah, I
Of
would
course,
love
when
that.
I put this up, we'll put a link up. We'll share it in your chat as well, because some of your viewers may not know that much about you.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely. 100%.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's
So
why I take the opportunity to do things like this is to, you know, get more info out there for sure. So,
yep.
yeah, I would love
So
for any of y'all that don't know who I am to come hang out with me and stream sometime or jam the music or check out the new podcast that's coming for sure.
so we're gonna put out like I said, we're gonna put the links in the thing. But where can they find you? Let's just say it verbally, and
Yeah.
at least
Yeah. So for my music, you can find my music literally any platform, Spotify, Apple, Pandora, Google, you name it. And then for streaming, you can find me on Twitch, uh, Facebook, Instagram, um, YouTube, all that stuff. Got a new podcast coming out on YouTube here every Wednesday night. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be with a friend of mine here in Nashville. We have a lot of stories together, so that'll be really fun to do. And then I'm pretty much live on Twitch every day, so you can. I mean, I'm a pretty easy guy to find, to be honest.
yeah. And yeah, I'm looking at your name tag on the bottom of your window there. If they want to look you up, it's right there as well.
Yeah. Yep.
The I am Grayson Rogers,
Yep.
or
Yep.
so, so that'll work. Again, thank you for joining me this Friday night, and I hope you have a good evening, have a good weekend,
Appreciate you having
and
me.
no problem. Thank you. Let me just end the recording without ending the call. Hang on a sec. Okay, where'd my record button go? Jesus. Okay, let's end this one. I'm actually double